a very unfestive locker. Last year I got into it, but this year I just didn't. I don't know, maybe Alia did with her.
No, I don't. I did with all my binders, but I don't have enough time for my locker. I mean, getting to school early means waking up earlier than I already do. Having cross country in the afternoon and homework.
Sleeping
you go to sleep.
Is very important.
Then you'd have a great big circular safe loop.
For me, that start of school is always a very hopeful time when everything is possible. Nobody has received any bad grades yet. We're all looking forward simply to progress.
Whenever I tell people I go to a girls' school, they're always like, "Oh, you do?" And I'm like, "Really? It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. I'm so glad." I mean, if I hadn't gone to a girls' school, I maybe wouldn't have had the leadership position and the opportunities that I have now. Not because, it just didn't. I wasn't afraid to do anything.
There's something about girls. They just have this lively excitement about them. They're in love with life.
You could see the growth from their freshman to senior year, that they have that self-confidence that they wouldn't have in a co-ed environment, where they're not afraid to ask questions and they're not afraid to do things where they would do in front of boys or in another environment.
Those things that go on in the school community, along with challenging math and physics and calculus and histories and the AP classes and all the things that they're involved in, it's that confidence that's so important. The real goal is to provide the girls with an education that will bring that person out to the world.
He's proving something to himself, but to the town, they don't care.
It's the essence of the Judeo-Christian tradition, especially the Christian tradition that says the principle is the most meaningful aspect of your existence.
You go into his class and it's challenging but just wonderful because you discuss these incredible books with him.
My interest is in the idea itself. Today we're reading the short story War by Luigi Pirandello, in which no characters are named, but you see the reaction of parents to sending their sons off to war. The passage that Hale says, which I think is
I can tell you that freshman year, I was petrified of him. I would sit in the middle of class and basically pray the whole time that I wouldn't get called on.
Why is that the wrong thing for you to say if I said to you, go ahead, go if you want? Students suddenly began to realize the story is entirely relevant to contemporary experience.
Just to get started.
Scary. Okay, good. Leave it.
Mr. Buxman, our physics teacher, comes up with the most elaborate projects and labs.
Soft in it.
And just the way he teaches, we all joke around with him and stuff, but you really learn the material. He always does stuff that's hands-on.
Is the height right?
Yeah.
Good. Part of the discussion with science is always the application of science. Have an outline of what you're going to present and how you're going to present it. Think of yourselves as an agency that's trying to get this job, and you're pitching this idea to the school to see if they will hire you to implement your plan.
We take APES, AP Environmental Science, and we have to do a report on how to improve the paper recycling at our school. We don't have a paper bin, so we're trying to implement that. We just show our teachers and the principal that we need a paper system, then they'll see
we take it seriously.
They know, do I need one bin? Do I need 20 bins? What's the volume that we're talking about? What's the scope of the problem? And you have to know that before you can figure out a solution.
Is we all right to there? Yeah. So if I had gotten 10 more and then doubled that amount, what is that?
Was it 2x plus 10?
No.
There was definitely times where I was struggling in that class, and he would give me a chance and pull me aside and say, you know, this is what you need to do to stay in the honors class, and he would help me do it.
When I first came here, Sister Ramona asked me, well, what can you do besides teach?
It's the team. It's like the most amazing team you'll ever be on.
On your mark.
It's a tough sport. We practice during the summer 6 days a week and at 6 in the morning. As long as you build that trust with them, they'll go the wall for you. And as long as they know you'll go the wall for them. And I think both as a teacher and a coach, you try to develop that trust.
High school actually was the most memorable, fondly memorable time in my life. I enjoyed the sisters, I enjoyed the single-sex education, but most of all, I think I enjoyed the boarding environment.
Tell me about the bake sale yesterday. What went on?
Well, the food was good. Everyone bought something.
When I came here, we were 3 girls from Guadalajara, where I'm from. I'm speaking in Spanish. That was like my safe zone. Then I decided, like, well, I'm not learning anything. So I decided to make new friends, make American friends, new experiences, new language, even new slangs. Just the way a teenager lives here. That's what I wanted to experience. A lot of my friends were homesick, at least for like the first month. You have to like embrace opportunities. You have to be like, okay, I have friends back home, but now look at all these new people. So come on, let's do friends.
On the weekends, and I always go out with my friends to Old Town Pasadena Paseo or Arcadia Mall. A lot of the girls shop like crazy. And we always go out to get Asian food because sometimes we miss them a lot. So we would always get boba or Chinese food or Thai food even.
I love my roommate because she's so open and free, and I don't know, the both of us just kind of bonded really quickly in the beginning of the year. We can tell each other everything, all your problems, and you just cry or laugh.
It is really cool that you have 50 girls that you can go talk to about anything and borrow clothes from and do homework with and study for finals and do everything. All the seniors, we were all saying goodbye and things like that. And I'm gonna miss it more than anything, but I'm definitely ready for the next step, and that's only because of this place. It's prepared me to do that, to be able to say with confidence, I know myself and I'll be able to make my way in the world.
In one sense, it is an enclave. The school has tremendous resources, which allows for only good things. A lot of freedom and innovation in the classroom. And at the same time, it's not an enclave. Intellectually, it's not an enclave.
And in his conscience, he'd probably rather just have him confess.
Isn't it interesting? The writer usually is saying something that must be interpreted by us, but this time the writer is asking us, what do you have to say?
I want to draw them out and I want to engage them, and class participation is very key.
They're wealthy, they have everything they want. Maybe she just wants to like rebel, like break out of her shell.
Rebel? You guys don't know anything about rebel, because you're teenagers, right?
I open the door for them and I hope that they become passionate about it. I want it to relate to their own lives, and so they get deeper into the meaning of it.
Society-wise. Right, perception, status.
I love the atmosphere and the mood that was created by the sisters. I always felt safe here. There's just something about the hill that draws you back.
We have a representative from each of your classes, and they will...
I definitely feel that it's a school of faith. It's very, very present here. And we celebrate a traditional Catholic Mass, but even then, we incorporate other traditions.
What we try to bring into the lives of our young ladies is to deepen their awareness of a God, their belief in a God, whether it is a Christian God or a God of Yahweh.
Got your own narrative.
But something to strengthen them.
The Dominican values of sharing truth, and giving to others from the fruits of your study. These values permeate everything that goes on in the school.
I have changed positively, and I've discovered things about myself that I don't think I could have back home. It's good to experience lifestyles, meet new people from other countries, from other cultures. Here I discover that I can be a leader, that I can be myself. I'm going back to Mexico, and I'm going to do law school there. It should be a lot of work, but I'm ready for that.
The friends. I've made better friends here than I think I will anywhere else. That is the best part about Sacred Heart, and I can say that honestly. I mean, no school is perfect. You're never going to get a perfect school, but the bottom line is that Sacred Heart has one of the best communities that will support you when you need it most. I'm so lucky to have it. I really am.
This is the last time I'm going to be with my whole class together, with my friends. My grandmother came here, and she graduated from here in 1955. She had talked to me about the school since I can remember. She has kept in touch. After 50 years of having graduated from here, they are still in touch, and they know about each other's lives, and they care. So it's like an amazing example of what friendship can be. I really want to follow what she did. I will carry these memories with me all my life.
Helping each student, every student, know herself as a woman, a young woman. Study with her whole heart and soul and mind to test her talents. Find out as she moves along who she is. It's that wholeness. That's the Flintridge experience, you see? Our Flintridge Sacred Heart girls leave the hill and go out ready to take on the world. They are the confidence and the compassion and the energy and the intelligence. They are the spirit that is Flintridge.